Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joy of Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon and it's our Fun Fold Friday. Today I'll be sharing with you a really fun card that's made for Easter. Go ahead and hold while I flip and we'll get started. All right, there we go. If you're here watching live, please comment. You might be one of today's lucky winners who gets today's card. I'm using the Gift of Hope stamp set. This is in the mini catalog and it has that Easter theme to it. Has a couple items we're using today. It's this giant looking like half wreath, I guess, or like kind of like a floral semicircle. And then I'm using this verse here. This one right here, the greatest gift of Easter is, and he lives. I'm using Misty Moonlight as my ink, and I'm doing kind of a monotone look with our card. Let me go ahead and show you how it looks. This is what the front looks like when they get it, and it has this little arm right here that will open up to see the message, and then you can continue to open, or you can either write yourself a message here, stamp something else, or even see another stamped image. For this one, I went ahead and even stamped on the back for fun as well, because there's so many great stamp images in this one. All right, let me go ahead and set this aside and show you how to make this fun fold. What we need to start with is our piece of Misty Moonlight basic card base, and it's our regular. So it's our 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to grab my paper trimmer and show you how we get the arm for this card. All right, so we're just going to sit this in here, and I'm going to put it in so that my score line is parallel with my trimmer blade. And we're going to go and just cut off 1 inch. So line it up just right to the 1 inch, put it down, and cut that off. We'll set this aside real quick as we're going to turn this piece here, and I'm going to move my cutting blade, and we're going to go to 2 3/4, which is half of this one, and we're going to score this one. And there we've created our little arm for today's card. Super easy, right? I love how this one doesn't waste anything. All right. So next what we need to do is then attach our inside pieces. We have a piece of basic white at 4 by 5 1/4, and then we have a piece of DSP, which is at 5 1/4, I think by 2 inches. I have all the measurements up over on my blog, so if you want to check that out later, you'll see them all on there. We're just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back, and the paper I'm using today, you can kind of see from the back of it, is from that Hydrenia Hill DSP. I have to say that really slowly because I know I'm going to mess up that word. All right, and we'll just go ahead and attach that to our basic white like that. Then we're going to go ahead and grab our arm. We're going to put adhesive, go ahead and fold that a little bit to give it some bend. Go ahead and even use your bone folder if you want to make sure it's nice and crisp. Okay, then we're going to add adhesive just to one side of this. Like so. And we want to use adhesive that's fairly strong because this is going to be a moving part. Then we're going to turn our piece of paper like this, and we're going to put our arm where we want it, but do not put the adhesive down yet. This is the non-sticky side I have right there. I'm going to put it face down, and I'm going to have it lined up to just about the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead and fold it in and squeeze. There we go. I've created that little arm. Let's go ahead and now attach this to the inside of our card base. Put a little bit of adhesive on there. There we go. And got it. And put it into the inside of our card. And you want to give yourself that 1/8 of a border. Let me put this in. Grab our bone folder. We'll crease this one in as well. And you should have a nice little arm now in front of your card. Awesome. Let's go ahead and do some stamping and then we'll attach the rest. All right, so we have our Misty Moonlight. which is one of our in colors. Open our ink pad. And I'm going to use this big image right here. So this one you would usually see as like a main part on a card, but I've used it so that way it just is going to border our top and bottom of this piece. This is a Stitch So Sweetly rectangle that has a nice scallops and the stitch edges to it. Really great set of dies. I just recently got them and I highly recommend them to anyone that just wants some great basic shapes. And the fun thing about these scallops is that they really do add a lot without doing a lot. I'm just running through that machine one time. All right, we'll go ahead and hover this over and we'll stamp it down. Awesome. Kind of went a little bit low there, but it still looks pretty nice. We'll keep it good. Then we're going to get our saying, which says the greatest gift of Easter is, and then just put that right in the center there. Awesome. Well, we have our inks out. Let's go ahead and finish inking up everything else, and then we can put it away. This is our inside saying. We add he lives right there. And you can add more things to this one. I like to keep that one really plain and simple, as that's just the main bold statement for Easter. And then we have the inside, which you can either stamp a little church on the bottom part of here or on this inside of our card. I rarely ever stamp on this side, so I thought it'd be fun to add just a little church right there. So when you open it up, you can see that. And then if you're really into it, this card, flip it over and stamp your little scripture on the very back as well. This would even be a great saying on the inside. Just depends where you want it. Okay, I think that's all of our stamping. Go ahead and close our inks up. And let's grab our pieces now. So this one we're going to attach to our arm right here. We're going to add just a little bit of adhesive, that pretty strong stuff, on our arm. And then we're going to try to center this as much as we can. So you'll hold this over and look and see. That looks pretty good to me. Right, there we go. And we'll press it down. So when I go to open it, you'll see that it has this little spot here. And it looks like let me grab my box. I might be missing my other DSP for it. Let's see. I'm not finding it. I must have forgot to do it. So make sure you check my blog so you'll see what the measurements were for this. You can cover this up just using another piece of DSP. That will make it a little bit more finished and fun when you open it. I will finish that in just a minute when I get done. All right, so the next part then, we just need to add our last saying, which is he lives. And when you do this, you're going to be careful because we want it to go right underneath this one. So you can kind of match it up like that. You could even put it on here and then go to close it and make sure that it's going to line up just right. So you don't want to see that part until the very end or until we open it. Oh, and look, that one's slightly crooked, but that's okay. It makes it kind of fun, right? All right, you guys, so that's the fold. It's super easy and fun. Just make sure you don't forget to cut out a piece of DSP for that part as well. And we have it. Hope you guys have a great time learning this fun fold and give it a try. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.